our performance again, and I think what I'm worried about is just a bit of a trend in terms of how we're starting the games and how we're applying ourselves. I'm worried that there's some old habits creeping back in.
I'm just so fed up of mainly like Keane, Scholes, but and Gary Neville. Why are they being so negative towards him?
How are we, fellow Reds? Probably not great after that defeat last night, but welcome to the latest review of the match against Newcastle last night, where we lost 2-1. With me, Spen and Chaz. Chaz, our first defeat on the pod. How are you feeling?
Yeah. I'm just frustrated. I felt like, obviously, with 10 men, you think we've got to win this. But I guess I think you mentioned it last time, that the trend hasn't been great in the last few games. And I think I was a bit concerned going into the game anyway, because of the type of performances Newcastle usually play against us, and they're so combative. And it just felt like we played into their hands, really, with lethargy and sloppiness, and similar to what we've been doing against in the other games. Obviously, red card, you think, okay, 10 men, it's on. But yeah, very disappointed. But in a way, I guess, trying to take positives from it, like, okay, it's a test now, see what Carrick can do. How can he pick the team up from a loss? So, yeah, frustrated, annoyed, angry. But, like, if you'd said the record at the start before you took over, you'd go, absolutely, let's do this. I'll take that all day long. So, still got to look positive overall. But, yeah, slight concerns over the actual play in the last few games.
Yeah, that's fair. Obviously, I said in the last pod that I was worried, and I really wanted to come on this pod today and be completely wrong. And I wanted us to have been fantastic and blown Newcastle away. But unfortunately, I was, kind of right.
You bang on, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, apart from I probably would have taken a draw now thinking about it and a point and moved on. But yeah, just some worrying trends, which obviously we'll get into, and that's what made me nervous. And as I mentioned, I was praying that actually it would go the other way, but wasn't meant to be. And our first defeat to dissect. So let's get into it. And before we do, if you subscribed, thank you very much. If not, please subscribe, follow wherever you're watching or listening. It really, really helps us and makes sure you don't miss a thing. So make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button. That'd be great. Okay, so yeah, predictions then. So I went for 1-1. I went for Brian for us and Hall to score. Wrong from me. And you went for a 2-1 win, Jazz. Sesko and Brian. And you'd have Gordon though.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I meant 2-1 win for Newcastle, but I must have got lost in translation.
Yeah.
I thought I was on at half time, 1-1. I was like, oh, this is on. Like, we're definitely winning. Like, I think I messaged you pretty confident we've got to win this now, 10 men, and yeah, we'll get into it. But
yeah,
as you can tell, I'm still annoyed.
I had a little thought. I'm not gonna lie. When Gordon scored, I remembered back to your prediction, and I thought, "Oh, this will be good."
Yeah,
Chaz is on. But yeah, both wrong. You went positive. I went negative, and it ended up being more negative. But
yeah. For the record, to listeners, I will always go positive, and I'm never predicting anything other than a win.
And I will be grumpy and real. No, I will be positive as well. Love United. Really want us to win every game, but I don't know. I just had a weird feeling, and I don't like having them feelings, and I wish I was wrong. But
I didn't realize we hadn't won it at Newcastle since 2020. So, like, if we'd got a draw out of it, you'd probably go, actually, not a bad result.
Yeah.
Especially how we played. So I was kind of going to be expecting to come on here disappointed with a draw, but take it Newcastle away type vibe. And obviously, that an amazing goal to be fair, but just killed me. But the result is almost not the worst part of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the performance, right?
Yeah, you can lose a game, and sometimes you could be like, "Oh, we were unlucky," all that kind of stuff. There's no debate for me last night. But before we get into the main moments, just quick chat on the lineup that was chosen. So first of all, Maz in for Dalot, Mazraoui in for Dalot.
Yeah, I think I had Dalot and Mazraoui and Shaw because I thought Shaw would be injured.
Yeah.
So kind of the pretty much the team I wanted on there. So yeah, no real complaints. Can't really judge Carrick for the team he picked because I think he's picking. The only real change you can make there is Ahmad in front three, I guess, is the only real one you can think of.
Yeah.
So yeah, as expected, really.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to be fair when I saw Mazraoui come in because I think I said to you as well, it's nice to actually see Carrick seeing some of the stuff that we've been seeing because I remember
Yeah,
through the Amarin period, you'd used to watch players and think, how is he getting picked? But he'd just start. And obviously we've had some question marks over Dalot. Mazraoui come in, played really well. So,
yeah,
I didn't expect Dalot to be dropped for Mazraoui, but when he did get picked, I thought, okay,
yeah,
he's clearly been watching as well, and he's clearly not brave enough to make some decisions, even if a player's been playing.
yeah,
So I was pretty happy. And then obviously Ben started, which always makes us happy, and
yeah,
Maguire made it. And then just on the Newcastle side, just Ramsdale in for Pope, really, which now,
yeah. It looks annoying. Looks like a good decision, right?
yeah, because
He had a stormer, to be fair.
he
Like he
did,
didn't have to a lot of saves, but the saves he did make were really good ones, I guess.
yeah.
Like he wasn't like he was battered and peppered, but the saves he had to make were really, really good saves. So
Yeah.
yeah, frustrating.
Very frustrating. But yeah, I was pretty sure for the lineup and like ready to go. And even though I was a little bit worried, you start to watch the game and you think, right, here we go. But Newcastle started so much brighter than us, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. Like even like the first like 4 minutes, they just like I think it's mainly down the left wing, so Gordon's wing, so Barnes, like or they're kind of interchanging, but they just kept getting down there, creating chances, getting crosses, getting to the byline. Everything I wanted us to be doing, they were doing. And they just straight away made the game physical, combative, and essentially their game plan of how I thought they want to try and play and what has worked against us in the past. Straight away, you were like, okay, it's happening again.
Yeah.
Even in the first sort of 5-10 minutes, you could see like, oh no, like this isn't ideal. So yeah,
Yeah.
as expected, I guess.
I mentioned it before, but what is up with us with our stats? Is it just fans that think we're in third? There's a chance here to kick on as well. We know that Newcastle are on the ropes generally in terms of like how they've been
Yeah,
performing. So where's that like oomph, and really
yeah,
kind of going for it? I was just like, where are we? And it wasn't.
yeah,
I don't think it was because Newcastle were fantastic and they were just smothering us, and we just looked flat and just didn't start well.
yeah,
And honestly, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. It's like we said in the last pod, it's literally just like energy dust, didn't they? In that
Yeah.
first at the start, almost for most of the games it's there, but like particularly at the start, it just felt like what are we doing? Like, how are we not fired up for this again? Like Liverpool lost yesterday, so we can get a chance here to make an even bigger gap on them. I don't know if they would have known the scores at half time and things like that of the other games, but it's like, how are you not getting fired up for this?
Yeah.
Like Monday, it's like a night game. Newcastle's a good away stadium, good atmosphere, and we just kind of looked pedestrian. It was, yeah, frustrating. But then again, like you said, it's same for the last West Ham, Everton,
Everton,
Palace,
Palace.
Everton.
Yeah.
A lot of the games have been very kind of sluggish. Yeah, so really frustrating.
But then that's the thing again, where it's this crop of players, and you're just looking at it's just desire and just want and that's when I posed the question of Carrick and the team because and in his staff just to say if they're all starting flat, then is it something they're
Yeah,
doing in terms of preparation or warm up or something like that? But we've been here
yeah,
before with these players with previous managers, so what is it that they just don't get fired up for a game at St James's
yeah,
Park? Great place to play football, under the lights, like can't get going. It's just so frustrating.
yeah. Really annoying.
And then an early chance for Trippier with that crazy looped cross that
Yeah, like a bit
onto,
of a fluky one. It looked like Yaro kind of knew it was like him and Lemons were kind of like, it's fine. And then it was like one of those ones where you're like, oh shit, that was really not that fine.
yeah,
Because that easily could have hit if that had hit like the top of the inside of the post, that was
yeah,
probably a goal.
yeah.
So yeah, a bit of a scary one. And it didn't wake us up either. So
No, it didn't. And just watching Yorrell kind of watch it go and hit the post in slow mo as
yeah,
well. Definitely
yeah, he
didn't
was
want
literally just like, oh yeah,
to hurt himself, did he? But he got very lucky that kind of only hit the post.
yeah,
And then to be fair, it was a bit of a bright spark for me in a terrible performance. Cunha with some good stuff down the left. To be honest, I thought he was at least going for it and trying compared to his
yeah.
teammates.
I think our best chances came from us running at them on the wings or cutting in from the wings, because a lot of the game was just through the middle, passward sideways, kind of trying to ping balls into a really congested area. The time we started making chances was kind of when we were a bit more out wide and going at players. And every time like Cunha would run at them into the box and Brian a few times, they looked scared.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I don't know, we didn't do enough of it. Yeah, Cunha was a bright start. I'd say more in the first half than the second half. I think you dropped off in the second half, which is again annoying because you know less man. But yeah, in the first half, I think I messaged like he was probably our best player.
Yeah.
And the only one really trying to do anything. And again, just like, how is that not like infecting people to try more and be a bit more daring? Like I think we said it, and you messaged it saying it's like just the lack of risk, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Why though? Like we've been winning games, you've been scoring good goals. I just don't know what. Like I don't think it was like Newcastle completely dominated, so that's why we couldn't do that. It was just we were just letting the game pass us by.
Yeah, is it fear? Is it a lack of desire? I just think sometimes, like look at the opposite. The thorn in our side probably all night was Joe Linton, just running with the ball, just going for it, and they're just passing through our midfield. And he did, to be fair to him, he did that lovely little dummy, then completely sold Bruno and one other player, and ended up setting up that Barnes chance, which was just wide as well.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy that, even though it was against us. And you can tell that I'm clutching at straws when I'm asking this, Chaz, but Maguire taking goal kicks, what was going on there? Because he wasn't even just doing some short ones, he was doing some long ones as well, which is a bit...
Yeah, I don't really know. It's because it's not like Lemons has had dodgy distribution or not been kicking it past. I don't really know why. I guess it was something tactical maybe, or...
Yeah.
Didn't really get it.
And he kicked a few, so I don't think he had an injury. He kicked a few long, so I didn't see an injury, but I was, noted that down to be like, what's going on here? So...
Yeah, I don't really know why.
Oddness. And then you were a bit of a UFC guy, Chaz, but the Dan Burn double elbow. What do you reckon?
How's that? Did he get looked at? Because I don't know why. He's elbowed him twice.
Yeah.
The first one was more of like, when I saw the replay, I was like, oh, the first one's not bad, but then he does a proper one. I'm like, how is that not getting picked up? Like, it's just, again, we've said it before, the consistency of refereeing is absolute. I think the referee, I find him very frustrating in this game. Like, just blowing for everything. Like, it was a physical game, but like, in a way that if someone got, particularly Newcastle players, especially after it was 1-1 and they had 10 men, like everything, like one little touch, they were on the floor.
Yeah.
And then it was like 2 minutes for them to stand up again, and constant, like, so just, again, tactics from Newcastle were spot on, because it was like frustrating us and it's kept us out of our rhythm. But the referee was allowing that, and it really annoyed me. And again, like I think we had 5 minutes stoppage time, and it's just like there was more there because of this kind of time wasting and like physical game, but not physical at the same time, because everything was like throwing yourself on the floor. It was just really really annoying. And like Trippier, like he annoyed the hell out of me the whole game. Like he's a gobshite, like chatting away, and really annoying. Like, yeah, obviously I'm annoyed, but I think the referee did play his part in creating that game.
I thought the ref had a poor game, and when he had that crazy spell of just booking everyone, I think he just kind of lost the game a little bit. But we are clutching at straws a little bit, because it was a very poor, at least 20 minutes from United to begin with, and even longer. But then worth mentioning the first Ramsey yellow card for the full-on Casemiro. That's a yellow, in it. You can't.
That was definitely a yellow. Yeah, definitely.
Again, looking for kind of bright sparks, I did think Sesko's little in and outs with Bruno and some other players into his feet was pretty nice. I do like his little flicks and some of these combinations that he was finding with.
And he started the Mainoo chance on the wing. He started a really nice little one of those little switch pass things to Brian, and then Brian obviously, like, that was really good. And yeah, he's like, I'm glad he didn't get taken off, because I think he still was trying. I just don't think the team was setting him up for success.
Yeah.
Because they weren't taking enough risks and basically not putting enough decent crosses in. Like, did we get down the byline at all and put a cross in? Like, I don't think so.
I remember Cunha did one where he did a really good run and then played it across the box, and I don't think
Yeah,
Sesko was there, but yeah, definitely not enough. It was more
not
kind of
enough of it. Yeah,
from central, and then Bruno kind of curling him into the back post and things like that.
yeah, or like a lot of like on the floor, just trying to drill it into players, which is really hard when you've got like a back four sat there next to you or
Yeah,
two defenders on you. Like, I just don't think they were playing enough to his strengths, really. Which again, we'll get to it, but like maybe Ahmad would have opened that up more because he's a bit more direct. He likes to run to the byline and try and get a cross in. So yeah, frustrating.
yeah,
I guess in this game, I felt like we missed Ballon as well. I think this would have been a good game for him because he's so physical.
yeah.
And he's direct as well. And I think we just missed that directness. Kuna was operating a bit of it, but Brian was just inside too much, I think. And just like him, Bruno, like everyone was just so close together. So it was easy for Newcastle to defend. Like no one was getting out to the wings to put balls in. And yeah, it was really annoying.
No, I think you make a great point. I think we've missed Dorgu since he's been injured. Obviously, he was in such a good
Yeah.
run of form, and he just offers something different. Just like you say, just he's direct, he's strong, he's fast, and he just gets us down that left side, which we were missing. But you just mentioned it briefly as well. But that Mainoo chance was a good one. He caught it
Yeah.
so sweetly, and don't really
That
expect
was save
Ramsdale
one
to
from
get there.
Ramsdale.
I know.
I know.
Where's he pulled that from?
And also it's one of those ones where it's like a lot of times, even if you get a hand to it, you only get like fingertips and it still kind of goes in. But he managed to get a strong hand on it as well and bend it around the post. I was like, oh, it would have been a really nice goal because it well worked as well.
Yeah, it was.
And he's one of those ones where you score a goal like that and maybe that ignites everything.
Yeah.
But again, didn't happen, did it? So
No, but not too long after as well. We had Brian. Is it a sitter? I called it a sitter, but
so it was in a way, but then when you watch the replay, it does bounce up just before he strikes it. So I think in the commentary, it's like, oh, he leaned back. It's like, no, he didn't really. It was just the actual way it hit it. It's just bad timing in terms of the way it bounced just up. So it looks like he just ballooned it. But in reality, I think if that was on the floor, it was a goal, but it's because it just slightly flicked up. So it was a really good chance, obviously.
yeah.
But I looked at RXG after the game, and it was like 1.28 or something like that. So it's like it can't have been that big a chance.
No.
So obviously they've seen it's not. It wasn't like a 0.7 type chance. It was, I think, because it bounced up like that, and I think there was a defender just in front of him. There was one to his left, so there wasn't a massive space for him to aim for. But obviously he didn't get on target and he ballooned it over, so it looks a lot worse than it was. So, but it was a chance.
Yeah.
100%. You'd expect him to do better. You still expect him to do better because he's on good form and been scoring, and he's a great player.
And a bit more magic from Cunha to create it as well. So yeah, you would expect him to
Yeah,
put that
really
away.
good. Again, running direct into the box,
Yeah.
like running at players, and a really good. His actual shot was actually a really decent shot as well. Like I wasn't really expecting it to be that good. It's one of those ones where I kind of wish it popped out to Sesko just because he's in form, but it kind of was coming to Sesko and it hit one of the defenders and then went over to Brian. So yeah, annoying.
Yeah, very annoying. Very annoying.
That's my word of the pod is annoying.
Put it up there in lights. No, but he was,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. And the thing is, with Mbeumo's the kind of player you want to finish our chances as well, isn't it? He's the person at the minute in the team you'd probably put your money on to convert that. So that's a shame. And then came the sending off for Ramsey. So obviously he goes down after Lemons, and I'm thinking, oh, is it a pen? And then we look at it, and he ends up getting sent off. What do you think about it?
Yeah. Well, he didn't get touched.
No, he didn't.
So I saw some commentators saying, "Oh, it's not a dive." So, well, if he didn't get touched, then why is he falling on the floor?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to. It wasn't like he'd, sometimes when players are running fast and they try and slow down, they kind of stumble. It wasn't like one of those situations. He literally just did dive. He did dive.
Yeah, he did.
Like he just fell to the floor. So I'm happy that the referee called it because it was a second yellow. So I don't think they can be aggrieved by it. Like, don't dive when you're on a yellow card. Like, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
So it was a dive. But at the time, it was a good dive because I thought it was a pen.
So did I.
When I saw it, I was like, oh no. And then, so I think it was a fair card, to be fair.
It was described as harsh on TNT, wasn't it? And I think Eddie Howe as well said he fell over. But yeah, when you look at that, there's no contact.
But he doesn't get touched. And then he kind of he's another step past the keeper. And then he drops.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, it's not. It's a dive. So soft, like, if he hasn't already on a yellow, I don't think anyone will be saying that's a harsh yellow for a dive. You'd be like, that's a dive, so it's a yellow. So, like, there's no complaints from our side at all. I think the referee got that one right.
Yeah, and the fifth time we've had a player sent off against us this season, and I'm going to say, Chaz, I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't
Now I was
think.
going to say that's the kryptonite of us is buddy
Honestly,
playing 10 men.
yeah, I feel it just gives teams a bit more of a, coming together and an incentive to go, right, we've got 10 men, backs against the wall, and then you're up against it. Where, it's
And also, though, don't you think that they get that mentality, and then we relax more
yeah,
and think, oh, it's going to come. So our intensity almost drops because we're like, oh, well, we'll score. It will just happen. And then, obviously, in this game, nothing happened for a long time. And then we started like last 5-10 minutes, it got intense. It's like just bring that intensity straight away
yeah.
because they're up against it. But we just like we'll get into the second half in a minute, but just they behaved exactly how teams do when they feel aggrieved against a red card against 10 men. But we didn't respond properly. We just went, oh yeah, we'll score. Don't worry, it'll happen.
It didn't even
Again,
it didn't even feel like at any point that we had an extra player. It was crazy.
I thought it felt like we had 10 men and they had 11. Like,
yeah.
Fair play to Howe. I think he did it against Liverpool as well. He kind of had two up top still, and had or kind of two up top / three in midfield interchanging. And I'm like, well, fair play. It wasn't like he sat back and blocked it like Everton did. It was like they played football. They were trying to win still. So that's even more frustrating. Is like it wasn't like we were kind of against a low block for half the game. Like they only went to a proper low deep block once they got the second goal for the last few minutes. So again, it's really frustrating that we didn't bring the energy that you need, knowing that their energy is going to be, especially Newcastle with their fans and when they feel they're aggrieved, like they're going to get even more behind the team.
Yeah.
And they're such a chaotic, combative team. Like it's almost good for them. And we just didn't respond. And it's, annoying.
Annoying. We need to do a little bit of a bingo card for every time you say it. No, but Howe said after the game that you wanted to basically give us the width and not make it end to end. And to be honest, it's smart, right? Because we don't really have the width to exploit. And we do love a counter. So definitely did a job on us, and maybe that's something we can talk about as well in terms of Carrick and maybe some of his decisions as we go on. But yeah, then obviously not long after the sending off, they get that penalty. Can't really argue with that one,
Definite penalty.
Yeah.
No, it's really annoyed me that really, really annoyed me because it was Bruno in like hero, I'll do it all mode because Cass had a decent amount of space on him and it had time, but then no one shouted him or he wasn't paying attention. Obviously, the ball got nicked off him. And then Bruno was right there because he's the one who passed to Cass, and he just went into Saviour mode, sprinting after him. I think he almost tried to have a bite at him first.
Yeah.
Then he went out to Mazraoui, I think it was, and then he then comes back in again. And it wasn't necessary. No, absolutely no need to do it. It was a foul, and it's just one of those times where you're a bit like, just chill out a little bit, Bruno. Like, I'm never going to criticize him for like what he does. He's unbelievable, but like, just a bit stupid.
Yeah.
It's just a really stupid challenge and unnecessary, and it just gave them even more like something more to grab hold of. After that, their perceived injustice to then get that penalty.
Yeah, you obviously you want your players running and fighting back, but it was just a bit rash, wasn't it? I think, like you say. And couldn't really argue. And then on Gordon, I'm an England fan, so obviously I've got an interest in him for the World Cup and stuff. I can't figure that guy out. Like sometimes I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think he's a good player and can be effective. But I'm not sure. Is he as a Scot with no interest in England? What do you think?
I think he played well against us.
Yeah.
I just think he's very standard. Like, I mean, a standard good player. Like, I think England are better attacking players and attacking options. But I guess this season, it looks like his numbers are pretty good.
Yeah.
But then I think I think that was his 6th penalty or something like that. So maybe he's just getting a lot of penalty goals. But yeah, like, he shows a lot of flashes. And I thought he did play well, to be fair, for them yesterday. So like I wouldn't take him in United, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. But yeah, he doesn't miss pens. I think he said 6.
No.
I think it's more like 8. I think he's not missed. I heard, but wasn't a great pen.
Oh, really?
But effective, just down the middle.
No, like the feet. If he had size 13 feet or something, that was a save. I don't know how big his feet are, but like a couple of sizes more, that was a save. Because it was just he dived too well. Because he would have saved it otherwise, but you can't. It's a penalty, so annoying.
Really annoying. However, then immediately struck back pretty much with a very well worked free kick with the whole Bruno and Casemiro combination.
Yeah, yeah. Another Bruno assist, really good header from
Yeah,
Casemiro, kind of making up for his mistake because he obviously, well, both of them making up for their mistakes because obviously Casemiro lost the ball when then Bruno obviously made the foul. So nice to see them combine. And then half time, like 1-1, I was like, well, we didn't deserve it to be 1-1. Um, we've got they've got 10 men, amazing opportunity. We've got it. We're going to go win this now because going in at 1-0 down. Part of me now thinks like, would we have been better going in 1-0 down?
you think?
Because just because then maybe there's more fight, there's more like we need to get an equaliser. There'll be more energy, but because it was 1-1, again, I'm going back to that kind of mentality where they just think it's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from. So maybe actually going in 1-0 down might have actually been better from a mentality and an energy perspective. And maybe Carrick would have taken I'll speak about his subs in a minute, but like some more risks in the game.
Yeah, no, I see the logic. I kind of just was thinking, we really got away with one here because the first half was dire.
Yeah.
And I was like, to get that goal straight away, it zaps Newcastle. It takes away their advantage. We've got a man extra as well. So like, I was just hoping that we come out and be like, right, let's get this done because we didn't deserve it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. But,
No.
yeah, got the goal going in. Don't know what Carrick said, but we come out in the second half as well, and still just flat. I mean, like you say, some chances which we'll go into, but just generally as well, just not good enough when you've got that man advantage.
No.
You've got you've got that advantage as well, and you just scored. Like there's so much to go at. City are dropping points as well. Go for it, but we just didn't, Chad, in the second half.
No, it just didn't. Same thing again, energy and just like I said, I just don't think they looked like they had 10 men. Like there was we just weren't utilizing. I don't think we were passing quickly enough to make the space to show that space that should be there when there's one less man. Like we messaged about this, but Cobby just sideways passes, no risk, not putting anything out to the wingers, and like I think in the second half, I think Carrick maybe did say like get wider because I think Kuna and Bremer were a bit more on the touchline, but the ball wasn't going to them enough. So yeah, really frustrating. But there was a spell from like 45 minutes to 60 minutes where I think they dominated.
Yeah.
Like they had more of the ball. They were attacking. I think at one point I saw a stat came up that was like second half, they had 8 touches in our box and 3 shots or something like that. And we'd had 0 touches in their box and 0 shots. And like that just epitomized it. I was like, well, what is going on here? Just like,
honestly,
where's the space? Find the space. And I just think it's because they were moving too slowly. So it was easy for Newcastle to just sit there. Like I said, it wasn't a low block, but I think also because Newcastle were offering a threat the other end that, well, I think we just got out tacticked basically.
We did, yeah,
and outplayed.
But I think some individual performances, and to be fair, you just mentioned it. I think it's probably now is a good time to talk about it as well, Chaz. Mainoo, I'm a United fan. I'm an England fan. I think he is brilliant, or can be brilliant. I think he's got so much potential. I just said to you during the game, like, we need more from him a little bit in terms of it's too safe.
Yeah.
Like he's a very, very clever footballer, like little touches, little triangles, but that can't be him for 90 minutes. Like if you're going to have Casemiro and him, granted, we've got some really good attacking players in front of him, but I think he needs to take a gamble some more. Like we've seen, against City, like dropping the shoulder. He's got it.
I was about to say,
He's got it in his locker, but sometimes he needs to break the line. Sometimes he needs to do something different and actually, penetrate a little bit. He's a completely different profile of player and build and everything. But Joe Linton was doing it all night. He was just getting the ball and charging and going through us. And I think Cobby sometimes was just too to my left, to my right. The irony is, Carrick used to get told this, didn't he? Like, oh, you just pass Cybers. He was a phenomenal player, and I do think that the job that Cobby does of connecting and passing is critical. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I just think he needs to add another dynamic to his game where sometimes it's less predictable and he just takes a few more risks and gambles.
But don't you think in the City, the Arsenal games, he was doing that though? Like you said, there's those moments where he dropped the shoulder. He was definitely showing a bit more of that mid-range passing out to the wings. And I've not seen that for the last few games. I don't know why that's disappeared because that was what was getting everyone's attention.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's still doing the little stuff really nicely, but he's dropped that other stuff. Like, he's dropping the few runs with the ball or doing a little shimmy here and there and then spraying the ball out. So that's the frustration because he's done it because he's done it recently. So is it just because he's not been playing for a lot of the season and he's tired or whatever? But I don't know. He's still getting 10 days rest between the game or whatever it is in most cases. So it should be there.
Yeah.
It feels like he's almost playing now like you think he should have played in those first games where he's trying to get up to speed with not playing for so long. So maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's frustrating because he's got it in his locker. So is it a tactical thing or is it something he's just not doing?
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of both, and it's a tough one because we need it. And I think under Amarin, we became the Bruno show, and obviously we know we love Bruno and he's a key player. But it was like NFL, everything would go to our quarterback, and then he'd try and create something. And there's a bit of that now, but I feel that we need different players in the team. And Cobby, the frustration from it is like he's got it in his locker to be that other person who's finding those passes that no one else can see, or sometimes dropping the shoulder, getting into spots and creating stuff. So. Again, I'm definitely not getting onto Cobby. I think he's a great player and he's got the world in front of him, but it's just almost an ask for a little bit more from him, a little bit more risk taking. But again, like you said, you never know what he's being told by the coaching staff, whether it is just to play that role. But I hope not, because what we saw against City and Arsenal for him was exciting. So want more of that from him because we love him and we want him to be the player that he can be as well. But then. Going back to some of the moments, Casemiro and Shaw off for Dalot and Agate. I'm mentioning it because this is starting to get in some of the decisions. When I saw them subs, some of them, I think Shaw was obviously been ill, but I was a bit like, I'm not happy about those players coming on at that time.
Yeah, same. Like, I just don't know why you really had to take Casemiro off because it wasn't like I know they were playing 10 men, so they should get more tired quicker than Casemiro does, for example. And then the Dalot one, I don't know, it just wasn't brave enough, in my opinion. Like, you're still 1-1, you got 10 men, like, throw Kakonki, you know what I mean? Like, somewhat, just throw a bit more attacking, put Ahmad at right back, you know what I mean? Just something more attacking. It was, I just think it could have been a bit more brave, but is it just showing... Well, it isn't just showing. It definitely is showing just our squad. Depth isn't there, other than being able to switch an attacker for another attacker. As soon as there's any issues in the field, Ugarte and to be fair, I thought Ugarte actually played pretty well when he came on. To be fair to him, but when he's your option, you're never confident that the game is going to improve. He's not going to improve the game at all.
No,
in most cases, he'll make it worse. And I think most people would rather have a slightly tired Casemiro on versus a Ugarte, and that's what I think. So really kind of when I saw those subs, I was just a bit like, what's that going to do? It's just not going to. I just didn't think it's going to change the game in any positive way, and I think that's what subs should be doing.
It's 10 men, 1-1. It's
exactly.
Not the kind of players that you want to come on. I know my heart sank a little bit, and. Yeah, I mean, question like Shea Lacey, where's he gone, for example? He was an exciting player that was coming out wide. Just a little of it. Again, young player, so we can't put everything on that, but you want those type of players to be coming on. And
but against 10 men, the risk having them on, we lost anyway, right? Because of a counter. Having Shea Lacey on, bringing attacking flair, wouldn't have caused more goals, if that makes sense. It creates more opportunity. It's an unknown player for them to defend against. He's really tricky. Like, that's the kind of player you want to be bringing on. Really, like, we'll get to some of his other subs. I guess one was injury based, but oh my god.
But before that as well, we had the Gordon miss from a corner, just completely unmarked.
Clever. I think it was Cobby marking him.
Was it?
Because again, it was a bit like the Euro one where against Palace, where he just kind of went one way and then quickly went the other way, and Mainoo just got completely done by it, and thankfully fluffed it. But it was, although again, probably would have preferred them to score then than when they actually did, because they would have a lot more time to try and get an equaliser. But poor.
We got away
defending again.
We got away with one, and generally just wasn't good enough for United. However, we had a little bit of a spell of Bruno playing
Yeah,
quarterback
chances.
and just basically chipping the ball into the back post for headers. So we had the Euro header, which I think he should have scored that.
That was the best chance of the
Yeah,
game, I'd say. Like,
yeah.
he just he had to put it. He could put it basically anywhere else on target. He would have scored, but he put it basically right at him
Yeah.
at a decent height. But he had time. There was no one on him at all. He completely lost his marker. So had to score there. Like when he didn't score, I was like, oh, that was it. That was the chance.
Maybe they need to do
Nice.
some head and neck training with Benjamin Sesko. He needs to put on a class or something
Yeah.
for the power he gets, or a Casemiro.
Yeah.
Because Euro just didn't have it, did he?
It's even one of those ones where, like, if he almost like if it come off his bloody nose or something, or his eyeball, and like it got it at a slightly different angle, he probably would have scored.
Yeah.
But because it kind of hit him dead in the forehead, he just went straight to the keeper, and it's really annoying.
And then while we're on headers, the Agate header as well. Quite a difficult one, that. I liked what he tried to do.
That was a harder one, that. Yeah, like a little looper, but yeah, like it wasn't like a really clear cut chance. Like it wasn't like the Euro one. I think he made it into a chance. But then again, it's one of those ones where it's like if that had landed to Sesko, who's not 5'4" right there, tall Agate. I don't know, tall he is, probably 6 foot something, but he's not 6'5" who can get his head right over it. So it's just one of those ones where you wish it was. Why wasn't Sesko getting that delivery for the first 70 minutes? Like that's the kind of thing which is frustrating.
Fun fact: I actually saw Agate in a restaurant when I was with Mrs. S.
Taller than you or shorter than you?
He was sat down, so I can't be sure, but I think he's definitely bigger than 5'4".
Short femurs.
He had a little look at Mrs. S on the way in, to be honest, before he saw.
Did he?
Because he saw me walking in.
Cheeky.
Yeah. So, but then when I saw it was Agate, I was like, oh yeah, okay, you can look. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So you and Mrs. S are getting divorced then? She's
yeah, she's running off with it.
Moving in with Manuel.
She's running off with Agate. You can't blame her. Cannot blame her. Right, completely lost my way now. Let's get back to football. And then actually was an attacking sub. Ahmad and Josh came on for Mainoo and Mbuemo. Thoughts on those?
Yeah. Ahmad, I would have liked to see earlier.
Same.
And also, again, like I said, I probably would have liked him to maybe come on at right back, just to offer like double the attacking threat and keep Brian on, because I just keep him guessing. But as soon as Ahmad was out there, they're like, well, I know he's going to get to Ahmad, and there's no kind of threat really coming from Dalot. And then Josh, again, it's a bit like Ugarte. I thought he actually played quite well. Like he did some quite good stuff. He also had that really good shot, and he was kind of linking up quite well. But it's just not the player who's going to change the game for us. Like maybe 1 in 10 games he'll make a big impact and score. That goal might go in, but on the whole, you don't back Josh to change the game, which is a shame. But I thought he actually did all right when he came on.
That guy though, let me talk about Josh quickly. So like, I think it was Mbuemo who said he's surprised that Josh has surprised him more than anyone in like how much skill he's got. And I feel the same about Xerxes. I'm just like, the guy is too chill. He's almost got like that Berbatov swagger about him, but not really justified at the minute.
Yeah, like, the output.
Yeah, just want to like shake him. What is it? Like, I'm going on tangents here, but is it the daddy long legs that's the most poisonous and can't use it? It's like Josh Xerxes. I'm just
the daddy long legs of football.
Yeah, literally, like, mate, come on, like he's got his first touch and what he's capable of on the ball is absolutely brilliant. But sometimes I just want to shake the guy and just go, like, you need to
also
find a gear,
shake him and say, this is your last basically 10 games to maybe keep a United career.
Yeah. And
he just doesn't seem that arsed. He must know he's probably going to get sold this summer if he doesn't make a sudden impact. And like you said, he's got the kind of most of the raw attributes there. It looks like he's got skill. He's a big unit. He's got a good passer. He showed he has a good shot on him. But he just doesn't put it together enough. And I feel like it's just application more than anything. It's just like, he said he's just chill. Too chill. Yeah, relaxed man needs to we need to shake him a little more and get him going. But yeah, that's my little rant about Xerxes again, because I think he's got it in there if he could. And then we had a Bruno effort. It was kind of high on wide from the edge of the box. Cunha again setting it up. And then obviously at a key moment, annoyingly, Murphy and Asula came on for Elanga and Gordon. Murphy's always a bit of a handful, and so when he came on, I was a bit nervous about him coming on. Asula, I've seen bits, but wasn't. I'd literally not seen him before.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this guy? Apparently, he's mint.
Yeah, turns out he's unbelievable.
He's absolutely rapid and worldy striker.
Is he mint, or is it also because we then had to bring on Malacia for Mazraoui as well?
Oh my God, Malacia! Why is he coming on instead of Kokonki? Kokonki's like a unit, athletic, can play centre back, can play right back, left back, whatever. Like, oh my, he's probably played more football than Malacia, obviously at kind of youth level, but he looked, I was watching him and I'm like, what is he doing? He was everywhere, but doing nothing. Like, he was defending like a lunatic, but not actually defending. And then at one point we were attacking down the left and he was up there kind of in the box and then suddenly sprinting back, but not doing anything. I think that was maybe actually for the goal. I was like, what? What was he doing? I only saw him, I don't think he touched the ball. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. It was so bad.
Jed, I
don't know why he's coming on.
I know you're a passionate member of the right back union, but I think I would have rather you come on. It was a bit like you coming on, like as a United fan, just like running around going, "This is amazing!" Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I've got it. He's got the energy, like, and then burn out after 2 minutes because he's just running like a blue-ass fly. Like
he was just sprinting at people, wasn't he? Just like
Yeah, but it was ridiculous. Oh God.
Yeah. So that wasn't great. But then what was?
So he should start next week. That's for sure.
Yeah, captain Malacia. Weird decision. Particularly when you got like Heaven on the bench as well. Like, you just. He'd offer that height for crosses and things like that as well.
And he's pacey as well.
Yeah.
He's not slow. Yeah.
Mad. Just back to Xerxes a little bit. He did have that effort after that as well then, which was another...
Yeah, that's another one of... Like, that is a really, really good save. Like, that was some strike. I think Xerxes, when he hit it, I think he thought it was in.
Yeah. He did.
I thought it was in.
I did.
Like, oh.
How are we getting
He's going top corner.
How are we getting done by Aaron Ramsdale?
He's another one of those annoying, like, shouty keepers as well that celebrates everything. And Dan Burn annoyed me at one point where he did like blocked a cross and then celebrated like he'd won the World Cup. I was like, chill out, you lanky rat.
Nicely censoring yourself there, Chaz. I like it. Oh, you can tell this is a completely different energy from other podcasts with all the staff frustrations in there. I love it. And then, just while we're disillusional, Asula, you've never even seen, runs past Charlie Robertson and Malacia and literally scores an absolute worldie from the edge of the box that I think is still curling now.
Yeah, ridiculous. Like, he went like his run. Obviously, they should have stopped his run. I think who was it? It was. I think Maguire goes to him and then he drops back, which is he should have just clattered him basically. One of them should have just clattered him. So I don't think either of them were on any cards.
Malacia and Maguire, wasn't it? And then he basically came inside them both.
Yeah, because Maguire was tracking him, and then he kind of was like, and then I think Malacia was coming from this side, and then Maguire drops back, and then he just runs past both of them, and you're like, the Maguire was close enough, I think, to disrupt him or slow him down, but because he dropped, then the space carried on being open, and then the fly just fucking buzzed around him, and then
just buzzing. Yeah, I mean,
and then he just popped it in the corner. I can't, like, the finish was unbelievable. It's a bit like that Villa game where Rodgers scored 2 worldies. It's like sometimes you can't stop those, but the game should have been like we should have won that game based on not based on performance, but based on the situation. So like the Newcastle deserved to win, not based on like creating lots of chances and doing lots, but based on their approach to the game, the application of their tactics, their energy, and their response to having 10 men. They did deserve it, but not in terms of like they should have scored 7 goals. But you know what I mean? Like they deserved it. They played better than us, and next year their game plan much better than we did.
They did.
And that goal was just really good goal, like from a finish perspective, but annoying, like poor defending, I would say.
One little point, and look, it's a great strike, and like I say, I think it's still curling now, and I won't have a bad word said about Lamens, but when I watched it back, and I watched it back a couple of times, he weirdly just kind of, maybe it's that quick, but he just watches it almost like, and it's not a million miles away from him, and I was just a bit surprised that he didn't even die for it. Was it that good of a strike that he just thought, nope?
I think it was. I don't think he was. I don't think you can blame him for anything.
No blame. I think I was just because he's brilliant. I was just he literally just twists his body on kind of one knee and just watches it go in. And I thought,
I think he was
little
going
dive there
towards the corner
maybe.
flag. He was going towards the corner flag, and then he whipped in basically. So he was like, "Oh, that's probably going to be a goal kick," and then it
He's put that much whip on it. Yeah.
bend it like cool whip. Yeah,
I love it. Well, at least we're laughing, but unfortunately, the end result, bad performance from
yeah,
United. Newcastle
awful.
win
Yeah,
2-1. Missed opportunity. Even a point would have been, would have been helpful.
I've taken a point, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah, but wasn't to be. Wasn't to be. That difficult question when we've lost and we're annoyed, as you said about 30 times on this podcast already. But man of the match from your point of view.
this is going to be a random one, but I think he made a massive impact on the second half and really helped them applicate their their kind of 10-man structure. Bloody Willock,
Yeah,
like he
yeah,
kept causing problems, and
yeah.
I think he kept us on edge because multiple times he won fouls on the wing. He kept running out with it, and we kept again. He kept going down a lot as well. And I genuinely thought he was a major impact on them, kind of getting that goal in the second half and keeping us on edge about them potentially being able to score. So yeah, random one, but I'm saying him.
I
I
like
just
it.
think he made a massive impact in that game.
Yeah, it's a fair shout. Fair shout. I've mentioned him a couple of times, but I kind of probably thought about Joe Linton. I think for the game, just because
Yeah,
he's a beast, isn't he? But he was just a thorn in our side all day. I think in terms of just making
yeah,
those
yeah.
runs and connecting, the attack as well. So he was definitely a handful. And then a player that I definitely mentioned in the preview, and just someone that I really appreciate is just Lewis Hall. I think he's a very tidy footballer at left back there.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he did a good job as well. And then
Sure
definitely.
replacement?
Uh, maybe not. For some reason, I'm
He's probably
hesitating.
not. I would say he's probably better than what Shaw does now,
Yeah,
but he's not. He shouldn't. Basically, we should have a better left back than both
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
I think that's where I'm at. I think he's a good player. A good player for Newcastle. Not sure if I'd be
yeah,
excited to bring him in, particularly to start at
yeah,
that
yeah.
position. I did a little mention for Cunha. Definitely not a man of the match performance, but I did like some of his. In terms of United players, for me, he was the one that kind of got about it the most and tried to make things happen. So a little mention to him, but yeah, I think he definitely has to be a Newcastle player for man of the match.
Yeah, yeah.
Just on Newcastle generally, thoughts on them? We mentioned them in the preview, and we had some question marks over them after you've seen them against us. What do you think?
I think that's what they do really well, is that kind of backs against the wall, everyone hates us. Like they play well in like physical chaos is what I kind of say, and that's their kind of style. Um, Particularly when they've got some of their better players out injured and don't really have a kind of proper striker at the moment. Um, so like I feel like they're probably slightly better than where they are in the league at the moment, but because of Champions League football. But I don't think they should be pushing for Champions League football again, based on their current team and tactics.
Yeah.
They're just one of those teams that they turn up, like, don't they? I think they had 10 men against Liverpool early in the season and played exactly the same. I think Liverpool got a late winner rather than they did, but yeah, it was that young kid who came on and scored for Liverpool. And I think that's the kind of game they love. So playing us on a night game, kind of backs against the wall. But when they play Everton at home, they lose. I think they lost their last 3 games at home.
Yeah.
Before that, so I guess they're almost a bit like us in a sense that they can get themselves up for the big games, but they let the lesser games kind of drift, and that's why they are where they are. And then that's kind of annoyingly we deem them as a lesser team, so we didn't turn up.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm with you. I deemed yesterday a little bit more about us being bad than them being great. I think like you said, Eddie Howe got it right versus Carrick.
Yeah,
And then you mentioned it in the preview as well, but I just don't know if their business has been that good. And obviously Isak was a massive loss for them as well. In terms of the goals that he brought. So yeah, don't see him as someone who should be challenging anytime soon, but annoying. It makes it more annoying because they were there for the taking and we didn't show
yeah.
up, even though they had a pretty good game plan. Let's try and find some positives, Chaz, in what was there. I'm going to start with Mazraoui, I think, again, just good player, tidy player. I think him coming in is at least, just pretty solid. What about you?
Yeah, you got other thing you also mentioned is fantastic hair transplant he's had.
A
Looking very
wonderful,
thick last night, wasn't it?
very,
Yeah,
very
really good job.
luscious locks that he's now got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's now got, yeah. Um, Positives, I think you got to say Malacia, right? He was class when he came on.
Chaz has lost it.
I mean, to be fair, I'm really struggling to pull anything out that I can really say. Like, Cunha for the first half was making runs, but I think he just looked better than everyone else because everyone else is so poor. Like, I don't think, for example, like Yoro defensively he didn't cause any of the issues.
Yeah.
Was fairly solid.
Yoro was
Like,
all
he's
right.
had a bit of stick recently, so I'd give him like he was probably a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6 because he could have scored that header. But yeah, basically, I don't really have many positives, I'm afraid.
No, fair enough. Yeah, I think if I'm really being optimistic, I think you mentioned at the start as well. Hopefully, this is now just a test for Carrick. If you're gonna really,
Yeah.
if you're gonna really evaluate him on potentially getting the job, it's moments like this where we need to see something, right? It's been
Yeah.
a bit of
And the
a
next game as well, right? Against one of the key rivals for Champions League
massive,
at home.
yeah,
Like, that's a huge, it's almost a perfect game, I think, for us to respond to.
yeah,
But again, part of me thinks would be better if it'd be more of a test for Carrick and how he responds and how he got a team prepared after a loss for Wolves
yeah,
or Bournemouth. But because it's Villa and they're a rival, I assume and hope that the team are going to be well up for it on the back of a loss, and it's a rival for Champions League football. So again, maybe it's not the complete test, but it's a massive one to see what he does. Does he change tactics? Does he just get them fired up, get the mentality right, get the energy right? It's annoying we have to wait whatever it is 11 days to find out.
yeah. Really annoying, really annoying. We'll do a full preview of Villa next week as well. So make sure you subscribe and follow in for that. But yeah, I think it'll just be interesting to see now, what the response is. So that's one, definitely not a positive, but something that I think is an opportunity for us to really evaluate Carrick. And yeah, because
Yeah,
real bad performance again. And I think what I'm worried about is just a bit of a trend in terms of how we're starting games and, how we're playing ourselves. I'm worried that, there's some old habits creeping back in. The players have almost like, the honeymoon period has passed now, and I just don't want us to return to that. There's no need because who wants to be
no,
part of that? You want to be part of it, winning United when the mood's up and stuff like that as well. So I hope it is a bit of a, not that, and we can, we can actually have a bit of a response. So there's some time there. Let's make
yeah,
ourselves a little bit happier, and everyone listening before we go. Wolves versus Liverpool. So
absolutely love it.
because I'm such a cool cat, I was actually playing snooker and was just getting the scores through on my phone, and then I saw Wolves went 1-0 up, and I was like, what? And then I saw Liverpool equalise. I thought, here we go, we'll get the win. And then a late winner from Wolves, fantastic.
I say like fair play to them
Yeah,
since he's come in. Like they've become really hard to beat because even the games they've not won, they've been mainly drawing.
mm.
So yeah, fair play, and obviously to beat Liverpool was amazing. Like you just wonder, like if they'd made the change earlier, could they stay up? Like I think obviously they're still 9 points adrift or something mad like that. But beating Liverpool and drawing with Arsenal and
Yeah,
like they could go on a mad run. It'd be the greatest of escapes ever if they do it. But I think they just left them too much to do. But lovely to see Liverpool drop some more points, and obviously annoying we didn't capitalise on it. But always love to see the Scousers lose.
yeah, it gave us a bit of runway, right? It made the defeat less of a thing.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think I saw a stat that they've I don't think they've lost five, but there's 5 games now Liverpool this season have conceded uh like 90 plus minute equalizers or losses, which I'm here for.
yeah,
Especially because at the start of the season they kept getting last minute winners,
yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a sign of champions." Oh, it's actually you just shite, mate. So yeah, shut up.
No, but it's made things a little bit easier, which is nice. Chelsea thumped Villa 4-1. They're gonna have the tails up now. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, didn't see that come in. Like I saw, obviously Villa went one up as well.
Mm.
So yeah, was not expecting that score really. Like, I think that's Chelsea though, isn't it? It's very much hot and cold. You don't know which one's going to turn up, and I don't know what's going on at Villa. Like, Emery's normally kind of Mr. Calm, calculated kind of things just tick over nicely. But was it this season they had a really bad start? They went on a massive run. But that massive run was lots of worldy goals, lots of goals from outside the area. So maybe they're just finally catching up, and some of these shots were going crossbar and in are now just hitting the crossbar and not, you know what I mean? Like, but obviously it's good time hopefully to be playing them. But again, similar situation. They've got time to prepare. Probably going to be really fired up. So it's going to be a really interesting game when we play them.
Big game, big game. Just back on Chelsea. Some sweet fantasy points for me. I had João Pedro up front, unfortunately not captain. I had also benched Matty Cash for Senesi, which was a good move because Cash got -1 and Senesi got 11. So very happy with that management decision, which is...
My fantasy's gone down the drain.
Yeah, Chaz is on the slide.
I'm on the slide, the old slide.
And then let's quickly mention the title race, unfortunately. So Arsenal got the win and City drew.
Yeah, so obviously, I'm obviously happy because I don't want City to win the league. I just really hate Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Because they're absolutely awful.
Yeah.
I think I posted something on our social showing like thinking they're better than Real Madrid and Saka should be Ballon d'Or and all this crazy chat they have. So just annoying that they're going to win the league. But I'm still overall I'll be happy that they win the league. But I'm just not mentally prepared for it. Good time is the World Cup actually is coming because there'll be less noise for the whole of the summer about Arsenal being the greatest team on earth. Because they just got another like stinky 1-0 win, didn't they, against Brighton? And yes, City drawing at home to Forest.
Yeah,
I think just shows they're. I think everyone kind of predicted it. They're not really at it this season. So I think Arsenal go on and win it now.
Yeah, I agree. But also on the City stuff, Forest getting that point and West Ham winning really dragged Spurs down into it.
Yeah, big time. Is it 1 point difference between Spurs and
they're on 29 and the
Forest now?
Forest and West Ham are on 28, I think.
And I don't think Spurs' games are getting any easier.
They played Palace.
I saw rumours that they might be thinking of sacking Igor already. It's like that club is madness. And what are you, Big Sam?
Big Sam. If they get pulled into that, honestly, the wheels are going to come off. And if they get pulled, if they end up sat in the bottom three, all the fans are going to panic, and it's going to be mad. Honestly, it's going to be absolutely mad. It's mad.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the match week. And now, unfortunately, we've got an FA Cup weekend, which we're not part of, and no United game for 10 days, which is the worst.
Yeah.
So please, out there, be careful what you listen to and what you digest, because you know what it's going to be like. It's going to be a circus of Carrick's not the right man. You know, you've already got Skulls chatting nonsense on social, and there's going to be all that stuff now in terms of...
Can I have a rant about this?
Go for it.
I'm just so fed up of mainly like Keane, Scholes, but and Gary Neville. Like, he's your old teammate. Like, assuming you get along, celebrating goals together, why are they being so negative towards him? Like, how is it helping Manchester United? Like, even if you agree with that or think of that in the background, like, you don't need the money to get clicks and more views on your podcast or your Instagram story, whatever it is. Like, you're not social media stars desperate for cash. Like, what are you doing? Just support the club. Like, you can be negative and you can speak kind of constructively or mention negative things, but the way like Scholes' post last night, like, it's like childish. Like, it's like school ground, like bullying. Like, oh, like Carrick, not so special now. It's like Carrick's never said he's special himself. It's the media. The Carrick doesn't talk much other than when he has to. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, and they're all at it. Like, all of them are just so negative. Like Keane saying, "Oh, if he wins all 17 games, I still wouldn't hire him." What the hell? Like, I think his record at the moment still is one of the best ever United managers. I know it's a small sample size, but it's just really frustrating that these, like, Scholes is my favorite player ever on the pitch, but like he's starting to taint it just because I'm like, just support the club in the right way. And if you think things are slightly negative, think about how this is going to impact United, how it's going to impact the players, how it's going to impact Carrick, and just be like, well, actually, maybe I won't post that on social media because I don't know if he's deleted it now. I went on the story to try and find it. I couldn't see it. It's just really annoying. And then Why though? Why? Why is it negative?
I totally agree with you. Like, what is the motivation? You know, like obviously they're allowed
Yeah,
to be frustrated too, and I know some of them do. You know, they care about United and want us to win, but it's at times like this where you want to look to those players to get like pearls of wisdom or just something we haven't
yeah,
seen, not some stupid, you know, little whinge about what's going on, or you know, just something that makes
yeah,
us annoyed. So yeah, I totally agree. It's just I don't get it, and I don't understand why they're jumping on
yeah.
it. Maybe towards
What's
it,
the gain for your
yeah.
love of the club?
Exactly, particularly when it's
No
someone
gain,
like
right?
Carrick who's actually just, you know, really conducted himself super well, and
Yeah,
actually we've showed some promise. So strange, don't get it at all. Do not get it at all,
no,
and I hope
it's
that
really annoying me. I just got to a point now where I've stopped listening to uh some of the podcasts they're on because
yeah,
I'm like podcasts I always used to listen to and enjoy. I've just been like you hear Gary Neville, bloody again, trying to think of a PC way to say it, but like waxing lyrical about Bernardo Silva every bloody week and thinking Sesko is still got to prove himself. Obviously, Sesko's not the complete player, but like, where's some positivity around the goals he's scoring and the upturn in performance? Like, just so frustrating. Like, yeah,
Scholes, come on the Fellow Reds podcast and explain yourself. What you up to? What you up to?
yeah,
Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. Get it out there. Get it out there. But yeah, really annoying that we got 10 days now to kind of lick our wounds and stuff. Stay
yeah,
positive. You know, it's been a good one. It's been a good one. It's been a good period. Obviously, we've had some dips in performance, but you got to think about some of those results we've had as well, and where we're sat in the table is rosy. So I really hope that Carrick and his team can really sit down and dissect what's gone on, and we can get a really really good result against Villa. As I mentioned,
yeah.
we'll do a proper preview of that game next week, so watch out for that. But yeah, let's leave it there, Chaz. Thank you very much for watching or listening wherever you're doing that. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to follow. Give us a like. Give us your comments as well. What do you think? You know, I'm sure
Yeah.
you're frustrated as well. Let us know what you saw. Have we missed anything? How
Yeah.
can we
How many times
improve?
did I say annoying in this podcast?
Yeah.
We know.
Let us know. Let us know. But it was annoying, wasn't it? It really was to get one more in there. But yeah, thanks so much as always for watching. We're loving doing this. Even in these ones where we've not got the win, a different energy, but it was fun as well. So yeah, hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next one.